good afternoon, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I am kind of using the blinding light from my window to kind of distract you from what I got going on this morning, or this afternoon. I'm sorry, it is this afternoon. It's been kind of crazy trying to homeschool my kids and then make sure that you guys have questions answered from emails or whatever else. So this is me going over your IDs. I think I handed out my last paper copy, so I'm going off of what I've pulled up from my phone. So this is IDs and SQs. This is your last section, section 3. So after this, you can either write it all down in a Google Doc. If you do have a paper copy, then you can go and just send me a picture of it. But this will complete your IDs and SQs for Chapter 19 on the New Deal for this week. If you did not get a chance to come see me and get paper copies of anything, we're going to start World War II next week. We're just going to intro into it with the hopes that we'll be back together after next week and that we can dive deeper into it together. Alright, so let's finish up your IDs. Let's do question 22. It says, what caused a recession early in Roosevelt's second term? So if you're going over the page of notes, I think for you it's page 68, and I'll have a video of me going through the rest of the lesson. Forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, they do an experiment to see if things are getting better. So here's what you can put for your answer. They start pulling back government aid. They pause government relief. How about that? That'll work. They pause government relief. And as soon as they kind of put a pause on everything to see how things are going, to see if the economy gets better, we just slide right back into the recession because people still need help. 23, how did the New Deal expand federal power over the economy? The federal government, and guys, this is really crazy because we are experiencing this in real life right now because so many businesses and restaurants are closing down because they can't have but so many people inside. A lot of them are struggling right now, and the U.S. government is actually pushing through new laws and bills as we speak to make sure that these businesses don't go under. So for your answer for 23, we see the federal government taking a bigger step and having more control over businesses. The federal government is providing more aid and assistance and is going away a little bit from the laissez-faire idea. I'm sorry, I didn't summarize that very well. But you can just say that the federal government is using more power and control over business and the economy. 24, what groups made up the New Deal coalition? So you see the creation of the all-black cabinet, which we actually still have and use today. They were actually mentioned and talked to when Trump gave, I know he did it last year, I don't remember if he did it this year during his State of the Union address, but you can put the creation of the Brain Trust, you can put Black Cabinet, you can put new professionals and specialists stepping in for assistance, and also his wife, Eleanor, speaking up for women. And last but not least, 25 says, what was Roosevelt's court packing plan? He wanted to add 6 new justices to the Supreme Court to be able to push through his new plans like the AAA and the NRA, which the Supreme Court said that he was overstepping his bounds and he was taking away your freedoms, your right to choose and your right to do what you want. And a good example is the AAA, the Agricultural Adjustment Act, the fact that a pension or paycheck was being sent to some farmers so they could still survive without farming, so we could pull that surplus down and hopefully bring things back on a level playing field. So there's your answers. That's the end of your IDs and SQs. You can either take a picture and send it to me. You can write up all your answers in a Google Doc and share it with me. Or, like I said, you can take a picture of where you've written it on the paper copy and submit it. Google Doc is fine. Writing it down on notebook paper and taking a picture of that is fine too. But that is the end of your IDs and SQs. You should now have that finished as long as you've defined the answers on your own.